Good Christmas Eve morning, you guys. So I'm gonna make this video quick. I just saw something that really was the second thing that reminded me of this winter storm that we're experiencing through most of the United States. I hope everyone is warm. I hope everyone has supplies. I hope that if you lost power, that you have power back, or at least are fully prepared in case you are. But I saw it being reported last week in preparation. The warnings were going out. I was thinking this cannot be, okay, for Christmas. Just, is it real that we're having this type of weather to ruin Christmas for us? So I saw a picture of a guy in a blizzard when someone was doing a report of the weather that we're experiencing now, and it reminded me of a dream that I had. And the weather, the snow, I was up north and I was at some type of conference type thing, and my two cousins were there from New York. I feel like I was in New York. Paul Begley was either a speaker at this particular conference or the main speaker. And he just was like, at that particular time, we're going to have an asteroid. The asteroid was so impending and possibly devastating that it went on live, it went on mainstream news. So everybody knew about it, okay? It just was the seriousness in his voice in the dream was just like, wow. So when I saw the guy in the blizzard, I don't have the picture. I think I deleted it. It reminded me of this particular dream. I had the dream September last year. I looked at the date, and so I was thinking, well, if we're going to have this unprecedented blizzard where the snow and the winds and the pile up of snow was like 0 to 5% visibility of this man that I saw in the dream. The picture was kind of like that. It was, I can't find it for anything, but I was like, well, what about the asteroid? And not only that, I was thinking that the type of weather that we have and had to have been geoengineered. So I don't know if we should be looking out for an asteroid, but what I saw makes me think that we perhaps could. Because not only is this weather suspect and catastrophic to some people, okay? It's not a laughing matter. It's catastrophic to some people. The homeless, those without proper insulation and proper their homes are not built to withstand this type of cold and wind, okay? Not mentioning the vegetation and the animals. It made me think about the asteroid. So I was just, I was like, well, I keep it in the back of my mind. So Jim from Storm News, he is probably the second person that reported on this, but this is the headline: Unprecedented Christmas weather origin, ? HARP to bounce signal off an asteroid on December 27, 2022, in new NASA experiment to prepare the globally anticipated 2029 encounter with asteroid Apophis. So HARP and NASA and whatever alphabet agency is going up there, and they're experimenting again right after Christmas. So we have this unprecedented weather. We have Zelensky's unprecedented visit to the United States, which is escalatory, okay? Because I don't know if I've said it before, I do believe we're in a proxy war with Russia. And Russia has vowed to retaliate on NATO slash the United States. And then we have this asteroid that they're going to try to hit. What if something goes wrong? You know, just say that they did geoengineer the weather. And now we have this catastrophic weather that's devastating to a lot of people. And those that celebrate Christmas or may have, this may be their first year since the pandemic to go see their loved ones, their travel plans are ruined. Not to mention the cold and the accidents that can happen. And the loss of power. I think there was, yesterday I saw a video from Mr. MBB3. I think he said 1.5, if it was him, 1.5 million people were out of, without power. This asteroid, you guys, if they're going up there, want to shoot a beam and try to, whatever, to an asteroid. What if it goes wrong? Not only that, but Jim, he mentioned the fact that they may have, in preparation for this experiment, geoengineered the weather solely for that purpose. For whatever reason that makes sense to them. Okay, I just think it's all strange that all this has happened in this week of Christmas and the last day of Hanukkah. Okay, I don't know about the asteroid. I know we're probably going to see one, or there is probably going to be one before we leave or right after we leave. I don't know when, but I feel like we just need to keep an eye out, especially with all the strange events that's already happened. I will play this 1 minute clip for anyone who may not have seen the weather, may not have power, but they have power on their phone. I believe this report is 1 day old. If you want to see where the storm is going, what it's doing, or so on and so forth, I'll play it because I know it's important. Again, it's a catastrophic and devastating storm for a lot of people. Something that they probably whipped up. It's the winter storm Elliot is something that we haven't experienced, and I think they said over a decade or decades. Okay.
This winter storm still has a lot in store for the East Coast and the Great Lakes. Now, this low is very deep, and that tight pressure gradient means that we have a lot of winds, and those winds are going to prove to be one of our biggest dangers and threats with this system. That's why we have blizzard warnings still in place across the upper Midwest, and we have high wind warnings into New England. Now, as we see this lift to the north, we are going to eventually see that snow come to an end, but we also have some rain in the forecast and some potential for coastal flooding because of those winds that are so strong. So if you'll notice, we really keep that snow over the lakes because the wind continues over the lakes. We do see the precipitation come to an end on the East Coast by the time we get to Saturday and into Sunday, but we aren't going to see those winds let up just yet, like I was mentioning. So you still have the potential for blowing snow and therefore blizzard conditions in spots where it has stopped actively falling from the sky. Now, some of these snow totals are pretty significant, up over 2 feet around the lakes. Not to mention the fact that it is bitterly cold. This Arctic air is incredibly dangerous. Make sure you check on friends and loved ones.